Shalom, Akim. I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well, and salutations to all the Akim, all four corners of earth who special truth, sincerity. Shalom, Akim. Salah. Shit. Salah. Yeah, I want to get into this brother right here. I was watching the news the other day. They said this guy got hemmed up by ICE and taken away. They ran a whole story on him. He got captured by ICE twice. I don't know if it's the first time or second time, but they took him away to another state and they finally brought him back. But just thinking about just being captured up out of nowhere and they take you away, to do as they please, because you don't know what the hell they're gonna do. And at the end of the day, most of the time, these dudes is masked up. We are not used to this right now. We came to the 80s and 90s where getting pulled over by the police was a normal thing. Once they get behind you and they hit the lights, they're gonna pull you over. Slack. But yeah, 80s and 90s, we get pulled over. As soon as police get behind us, we used to have a thing. When police get behind us, we get nervous and shit. Even if we didn't have nothing on us, we still get nervous because you gotta realize back then when the police pulled you over, they pull you out the car, and then they go through everything. Element might be raining, might be cold outside, might even be hot. And if it's hot, they're gonna make you put your hands on the hood of the car. These are the different things that we went through growing up. Here in America, here in Babylon. That was just part of the everyday. That was the norm here in Babylon. Worry about the police hitting you up. Well, in 2026, now you got these ICE agents running around here with masks on their face, with AR-15s, and we don't know if they're coming to rob you or what, man. They're not producing badges or anything really. You got to know the fatigue and different clothes they're in. I have a picture of the different uniforms that are out here right now because you have the police in regular uniform, you have the Homeland Security in fatigues. National Guard is going to be in fatigues. And I want to say the ICE agents are going to be just masked up. Homeland Border Patrol are out here too. They're going to be masked up with glasses on as well too. So these are different agencies that are out here roaming around looking for you Negroes. And you Northern Kingdom, Yeah, this brother right here, he said he got taken up. He's from Liberia. Anything about Liberia? Liberia is on the west coast of Africa. It's in between Cote d'Ivoire and Sierra Leone. And Liberia was one of the countries in Africa that the English was like, hey man, let's go ahead and get these Negroes somewhere they can come on back home to, So they allowed that place, Liberia, to be a place where the Black Americans could come back to Africa to, and live and do whatever they want to over that way, But everything's been Then he comes here to America. He was working. He got married. He got his family, and ICE is messing with him now, man. But one thing, Jake, and then another thing that's confounding to me. I seen a video of Jake saying that they're getting ready. They want to go around rounding up Northern Kingdom, and for $100 a head, Little they know, these ICE agents, if you know anything, y'all don't check the history, y'all don't check the news. Earlier this year, ICE agents had, if it wasn't this year, no, this year is, they were only 2 months into this year, so this was about November, December. I want to say this is November, December of last year. ICE agents ran up they were on the south side of Chicago, and they ran into an apartment building on the South Shore and pulled out every Negro and had them out there, babies and all, old school, old and all. They didn't care. No regard for age or nothing, sex or nothing, And they had them outside, claiming they're looking for a few fugitives or whatever, and hemmed them up, questioning them, doing the whole rundown of them there like the 90s, like I said when we used to get pulled over, man. You got to tell them where they're going, who you are, why you in the neighborhood, just give you your whole criminal rundown. Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction, man. You know, so this is not our place of rest, man. And you see, my man got picked in one state, and they slipped all the way to the whole 2 or 3 states over, man. And that's terrifying because you don't know how you gonna get back. You don't know, your family don't know where you at. And I've told the story already, and I'm gonna bring it up now because this is fitting for it. You know about the family members I know who their next door neighbor, the Northern Kingdom, their mother got kidnapped for 2 weeks by ICE. You know, and the Fortune 500 company that she works for, the CEO, he's hot about that shit. He's trying to file lawsuits right now on her behalf. You know, because just the thought of being away, and she had a newborn baby. You know, the baby is a few weeks old or whatever. I shouldn't say newborn, but it's old enough to be weaning on its own. But still, you know, the baby don't know where his mama at. The husband didn't know where his wife was at. You know, this is crazy going on. It shall destroy you with a sword destruction. Worrying it can destroy you, man. You could have a heart attack, a brain aneurysm, you know, a broken heart, man. Hey, this is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time, man. This devil ain't got but a short time, man. We're in the staging processes right now. You know, martial law is getting ready to be kicked in. We have World War III. They're getting ready to do the draft. I was just listening to the news the other day with all this Epstein stuff going on, and they slipped that in. They said, yeah, we're getting ready to, it ain't going to be no more volunteer. We're getting ready to do the mandatory draft where selective services is involved. So all from 18 to 25, you young men get ready. And I've been sounding that alarm at the young guys at my job. They thought it was a joke. They thought I was just scarfing them. And they went online and looked the stuff up. One guy said he was from Colombia and he was here playing soccer. You know, goes to college to play soccer. He said, man, I'm going back to Colombia. Fuck this shit. I ain't here to defend a country that don't like me and don't want me. I was like, hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, this devil getting ready to come down with a wrath upon y'all, man. Because he knows we had but a short time, man. You know? Yeah, and so you also have this Donald Trump guy. You know, he's stirring up as even more. He wants to push the files away, farther down the road, in which I think the rest of the files might not even come out until the next administration takes over. You know, with this Rosio chick they're pushing for the Democrats or whatever Democrat takes over. You know, they're gonna probably run on that Epstein file list. We're going to release the rest of it. This was redacted under Trump's situation. Now we're going to release the rest of it. That's just the way I think. This is Psalm 83, and I'm going to start at 1. A psalm or a song of asphalt. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have counseled together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. And you know, when you think about it, you know, we're always going to strike the point that this is not our home, this is not our rest, you know, and our enemies are here making fun of us, man. They know who we are, you know. They know that we're at the low state and they're at the top state, you know, as far as the things that are going on. We got to come to them for the one of all things, you know. We don't have anything but entertainers, entertainers and basketball players, you know, sports shit that speaks for us, you know. But where are these guys that speaking about these different ICE raids at? You know, they go keep quiet about that because they got to keep that money coming in, man. When you're in these sports or movies or any above, you have an agenda that you have to live by. You don't have freedom of speech. That's a facade here in America. You know, that's something to make the people feel good. But yeah, they're making fun of us, man. They just jacking us up, man, doing whatever they want to do. ICE can come pick you up. ICE is driving around in our cities right now, man. They're at the hotels. They got air station at the hotels. Every this week has been slowed down from what I've seen on the news, because usually you can just cut the news on and see them yanking somebody out off their own job. The guy they got out of Home Depot, man. You know, they catching people at their own jobs and just kidnapping them, man. This is Psalm 102:8. My enemies reproach me all day, and they that are mad against me are sworn against me. For I have eaten ashes like bread, and mingled my drink with weeping. Because of thy indignation and thy wrath, for thou hast lifted me up and cast me down. You know, so yeah, basically, right now we're in a low state, you know, but the Lord is getting ready to come and redeem us very soon, and that's the number one thing we got to keep in mind, because with his devil, he coming down, and the things he's getting ready to do is gonna get worse and worse and worse, especially for you people that are just, you know, wandering around here and not knowing what's going on, man. We're blowing the trumpet and giving you warning before these things happen, man. You know, whether you listen or not, this is our job. This is our sworn duty. You know, yeah, this is our sworn duty to do this work. But with that being said, I'm just edifying. Shalom, Maki.